And like a thief in the night, the COVID-19 pandemic came so swiftly that it interrupted our lives and changed our psyche as a nation forever. We came undone. We were all caught by surprise. Yet we decided to fight, and fight we did so hard. Amidst the many challenges and constraints it presented, this pandemic, however, has tested not just our resilience as a campus, but also our capacity and willingness to rise above this pandemic. This is Pshs-Ilocos ATM, or at the moment in today's parlance, but this too aptly means what Pshs-Ilocos was in 2020 and what we intend to be even beyond. This is PSH's IRC amidst the pandemic, adapting, thriving, mobilizing.
As an academic institution, we were forced to adapt. We introduced various programs, projects, and activities in order to carry out our mandate to offer the best STEM secondary education to the Northern scholars.
The campus has operated with a total budget of 131 million and total cash allocation of 156 million. With the concerted effort of everyone in the campus, we still managed to achieve 99.32% budget utilization rate and 99.96% cash utilization rate. Among those funded in 2020 are 12 infrastructure projects, 2 from the current year General Appropriations Act or GAA, and 10 as overflow projects from the prior year GAAs. We have also procured various fixed assets as well as supplies and materials. Most of these items were those necessary to effect the change in the modality of instruction for our students, supplies required for the mitigation of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic inside the campus.
We are very proud to say that we have managed to facilitate the graduation of 87 students and end the school year smoothly despite being naive on how to deal with the first week of the pandemic. We have a total of 548 scholars who are being categorized from partial 3 to full scholars and are receiving 500 pesos to 4,000 pesos respectively. These scholars are also being provided with 300 pesos monthly allowance to subsidize their needs for internet connection. Pshs-Ilocos also offers life coaching programs which provide tools and support for the students to broaden their perspective, open their mind, and enable them to reach their goals. School also conducts home visitation in order to learn the students' needs, interests, and concerns. The Philippine Science High School system had conducted last month the requirement for admission criteria and evaluation, which is also known as RACE. This year's admission procedure for grade 6 pupils who are interested to become scholars at PSHs. Applications were submitted via online and courier.
The pandemic demanded us to change many things. First, the curriculum, we trimmed it down to 10 to 15%. We also reduced our contact time and even our requirements were trimmed down.
The bridging program was a great opportunity for us to fill in the fourth quarter topics that we missed. Even though it was short, I was able to grasp the important concepts. It was difficult at first after a few months of academically idling, but I was able to adjust to it. It also served as a transition for us. It was actually like an overview for us to know what to expect for the coming school year.
Hub help us teachers and decide on the implementation of the remote learning as it provides different ways in delivering the lesson. You can post videos, learning materials, as well as recordings of previous meetings to improve the learning process for the students.
We're able to explore the use of learning management systems, specifically the PSH's Knowledge Hub, or K-Hub for short. This learning management system organizes and stores our learning guide materials in one location.
Ang research po ng mga bata ngayon ay sa bahay nila ginagawa. We are providing them instructions through our learning guides. And at the same time, our research teachers, research advisors, laboratory personnel, and the entire Pshs-Irc community are helping our students para na po sa ganon ay ma-push through pa rin yung kanilang mga research projects.
Skill program is a good avenue for students to do physical activities within their home. Students show their creativity through different forms of arts and hone their leadership skills by spearheading different kinds of services that help the community without compromising their own safety.
As one of the advisors in this remote learning, it is very important for us to have coping mechanisms since we are the ones who will guide the students. One challenge that we face is how to reach out to our students that experience difficulties and mental health problems.
This pandemic challenged us to strengthen our support to our students through life coaching programs. Teachers provide mentoring sessions to our students where they talk about personal, family, peers, and school matters.
Nung una mahirap, sa isip ko, kapag face-to-face nga, mahirap na kahit nakikita mo pa yung kinakausap mo. Pero habang tumatagal na nagkakaroon ako ng oportunidad na makinig sa mga mentees ko, natututunan ko araw-araw na hindi naman pala laging kailangan mata sa mata kung kumonekta sa mga bata. Pwede naman palang puso sa puso. Parang LDR lang. Nagbago man ang sitwasyon, ang hangaring tumulong at matuto parating nasa puso.
I believe joining various webinars and free online courses hosted by different local and international educational agencies helped me be prepared for this remote teaching.
One major preparation we had for the remote learning is our training for Moodle, where Moodle is our primary platform for online learning, and in this 40-hour training, we were taught how to create our own online courses, how to add interactive activities, and also how to create our own page just to make it more engaging and exciting for the students.
Printing the learning guides is challenging, knowing the quantity we have to print and the limited time we have. Our printers gave up one by one, and we encountered problems in gathering supplies, especially these times when bond paper and inks are very in demand.
It requires a lot of effort in distributing the learning guide. We have to visit the different towns and provinces, and we are exposed with different people. But it's worth it, because we know we are doing this for our school.
Learning guides helped me by providing all of the information in one place, along with having activities that help me understand the lesson better.
Early December last year, I tested positive sa COVID. At I think it was the first time na nag-celebrate ako ng Christmas tsaka ng New Year na mag-isa sa ospital. And yeah, it was quite different, and I think honestly it was tough. Not just physically pero emotionally rin at saka mentally. Pero gusto kong pasalamatan ng Pshs-Irc dahil tinulungan din nila ako magmula sa pag-extend ng deadlines ko for requirements. They even sent me modules sa ospital. And most especially, I really appreciate yung simpleng kamusta lang nila. It really means a lot to me. Yeah, I think all I can say is my Pshs-Irc family is definitely one of the most amazing reasons why I survived my stay there.
Ever since the pandemic started, I must admit I've been having such a hard time to cope up. The fact that we are all locked up in our homes, not getting to interact with the people that we used to, is just saddening. Months passed by, online learning came into the picture. I was sad but somehow excited because I knew that I'll be gaining new friends, experiences, and of course, learnings.
It is indeed a great challenge to be a Pshs-Irc parent. Hindi namin in-expect na yung curriculum ng Psay is ibang-iba sa DepEd. Naging challenging sa aming part as parents kasi most of the time nag-i-stay na si Fima sa room niya, doing her lessons kasi sabi niya walang teacher na mag-a-assist sa kanya kung may itatanong siya. So, she learned on her own. We are thankful. Nagbibigay sila ng tablet as additional material para sa learning nila. At napansin ko rin na napadali na ngayon ni Fima ang pagsasubmit sa mga requirement niya, lalong-lalo na sa drawing o kaya pag may...
Hindi naging hadlang yung distances with one another to work still for the procurement process. So during this pandemic, we were able to procure materials that were needed for the yung sa pisayuda natin, yung mga materials for the face shield, tapos yung mga grocery items na distribute natin sa mga families dito sa San Ildefonso. We were able to carry out early procurement activities and we were able to process a lot of procurement towards the end of the year. It's already our 3rd year being ISO certified. Di rin ganun kadali kasi syempre iba yung preparation natin, di ba? Naka-work from home tayo. So yung mga documents natin nasa campus. So napakahirap nung preparation. But we're all happy na in the end, na-retain natin yung pagiging ISO certified natin.
I am on a work from home scheme and I make use of every opportunity to remain productive. At first, I was really asking myself how to thrive in this kind of modality. But then later on, this paradigm shifting allowed me to become more explorative and more adaptive.
Worried ako noong sinabi na we will be conducting online classes. Kasi hindi naman tayo techie sa technology, kaya napakaraming adjustment ang aking ginawa ngayong online classes. So masasabi ko na sa simpleng paggawa ng PPT, sa mga online, sa YouTube, sa simpleng pagsagot ng mga emails, nasabi kong nalagpasan ko ang lahat ng mga ito at tinanggap ko ang hamon ng teknolohiya.
One of the challenges in this modality is shifting our instructions online. Hindi siya naging madali, but we were able to adapt thanks to K-Hub. K-Hub is Pshs learning management system. It is an effective e-learning platform since it has several features at meron din siyang plugins and modules that can be used ng mga subjects. For example, it has Turnitin for English or the research subjects at meron din siyang GeoGebra plugin for math. To maximize this, the MIS team conducted trainings for both teachers and
provide sa amin ng school service, hatid sundo kami sa aming mga bahay as far as Santa Maria, Kawayan, Vigan, Santa Catalina.
School had been providing means for us para nang sa ganon makapag-deliver pa rin kami ng learning sa mga bata. At sinesecure naman ng school yung protection namin. Hinahatid kami sa aming mga bahay pag kailangan na kami umuwi.
Marami sa mga empleyado ng Pisay Ilocos ay galing pa sa iba't ibang lugar sa labas ng Ilocos Sur. In fact, even sa Region 1. So marami sa amin ay malayo sa aming mga pamilya. Pero it gives us this sense of security to see that our organization has put in place many mechanisms to provide a secure and safe working environment for all of us, especially for those coming from outside Ilocos Sur.
Post ng mga informative materials lifted from the DOH at linagay namin sa bulletin board. Intensify namin yung rule ng mga gwardya bilang frontliners. So, brief namin kung sino yung pwedeng pumasok at hindi, lalo na sa body temperature. So, ni-require nila lahat yung mga pumapasok dito na mag-fill up ng health declaration form. Plus, kung papasok kayo, may makikita nyo yung mga pinakonstruct ni Ma'am Rona ng mga hand washing area, yung mga pinaprint or pinadikit niyang nudges doon sa mga floor to guide us with the social distancing, plus yung mga signages na malalaking minimum health standards to be practiced inside the campus. So makikita nyo rin sa mga offices, decongested. And in every office, meron po tayong mga foot-operated na alcohol dispensers. And ang maganda ho ngayon, meron na tayong censored na alcohol dispenser doon sa exhibit area. At yung mga body temperature checker na nakalagay dyan sa exhibit area plus doon sa guard.
Despite the current situation we're facing right now, the COVID-19, Philippine Science High School Ilocos Region Campus still managed to conduct its outreaches and promotional activities. And then last November, we launched the first ever virtual Pshs-Irc na Siripan and was participated by around 250 plus pupils, students, and teachers from the different provinces inside the region.
Kada taon, ang Pshs-Irc Ilocos ay naglulunsad ng iba't ibang outreach activities. Noong April 30, 2020, inilunsad ang Pshs-Ayuda, Siyensya para sa Bayan. Isa itong outreach activity na pinangunahan at pinagtulong-tulungan ng Student Alumni Association, Parents Teachers Association, ng Northern Scholars Student Alliance, tsaka ng COICA Alumni Association. Nakalikom kami ng kabuang pondo na 304,286 pesos and 75 centavos. Gamit ang pondong ito, nakabili kami ng mga gamit sa pang-araw-araw, grocery packs, bigas at kung ano-ano pa na naitulong sa 150 indigent families coming from the 15 barangays of San Ildefonso. Pati na rin sa aming mga service providers, sa mga naglalaban ng damit ng mga Pshs-Irc, sa mga tricycle drivers, sa mga job order personnel namin, pati mga canteen personnel.
I found another grade 11 student who was as eager to help Margoyago and reform the workforce out of her batchmates and my batchmates. Even though the planning and the efforts to publicize the event were not as easy as it may seem, in that it was very successful. We were able to collect 100,000 pesos and around 10 boxes of clothes from parents of Pshs students themselves.
Nasubukan ang aming kooperasyon bilang isang komunidad sa Pshs. Kami sa PTA ay nanguna sa pangolekta ng donasyon bilang tugod sa Pshs-Ayuda. Siyensya para sa bayan. Nakakatuwa kasi ang dami nating natulungan na frontliners at mga indigent family.
We managed to help our mother province, Ilocos Sur, and the rest of Region 1 with 4 frontliner necessities. Una doon, yung face shield na nung una were meant only for medical personnel, but with the increased protective measures, it became a necessity for our BFP, the Bureau of Fire, PNP, our TANOD, our security guards, and major offices like COA and banks such as Land Bank and the BPI. A total of 3,500 pieces were distributed to these frontliners as their PPEs from Ilocos Norte to Pangasinan. We had our science research assistant, Mr. Eric Purisima, and biology teacher, Miss Jeril May Casimiro, prepare 70% ethyl alcohol via dilution of our laboratory-grade ethyl alcohol.
The school lent laptops and tablets to students who requested for it. Additionally, a monthly load allowance is given to the scholars. Not only that, printed modules are delivered to us house by house without any fee.
Magpasalamat sa buong Pisay for being so caring and so supportive sa mga estudyante. Lalong-lalo na ngayon, kailangan talaga namin kasi hindi pa naman kami ganun kasanay mag-online, mag-Google Meet, sa Messenger lang mag-uusap, sanay pa rin kami sa face-to-face.
Since high school told us that we will be having online learning instead of face-to-face. Though Pisay provided laptops to the students, nakagaya ko na hindi nakaka-afford na makabili ng mga gadgets.
We are able to send out various computer units to the different provinces of Region 1. All in all, we have sent out 47 computer units, which includes laptop, tablets, and even desktop computer units to students near Ilocos Sur. We've managed to upgrade as well the network infrastructure of the school. Since yun nga, almost everything is being done online, we have upgraded our internet speed to cater to the daily operational needs of Pisay Ilocos. Since our teachers is new to this remote learning, we've provided them various trainings such as crafting their instructional videos and introducing them to various online learning apps.
2020 was a very challenging year, but because of our synergy as an organization, we survived. And thank you very much for all the stakeholders, the faculty and staff, the students and parents, for your utmost cooperation in making our 2020 really a meaningful and productive one.